Hey, Dave Knight here, 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. Back in the EA, number 4. 3 wasn't good enough. 3rd was not the charm. Notice this says 4. So, 4th time. But I did end up getting that 80% discount. It's in the fine print in your failure email. So back in the 50K, I guess it ran after the discount. It was what, $36 for the first 30 days, and then 50% if it takes you more than 30 days to qualify. Right now I'm setting up 21 ticks overall, and went back to trading my 2 contracts again. I had a really nice email that I need to go through from a gentleman named Lee. I need to go over that with a lot more fine-tooth comb and just really try to work out what he was saying. My mindset wasn't good yesterday, and I haven't looked at it lately, so I apologize, Lee, to you right now. My mindset wasn't ready to read anything yesterday, so I'm gonna take some time to look it over and really concentrate on it today. So I ended up getting in this trade and getting knocked out. I had 117.07 as a stop for my last one, and it got run right in this area right there. So I came in on this bar after this printed. You can see this is looking pretty good that way. So I came in here, and then got a little too close to the market. I was in at 17, it's 117.17. So I got in roughly right in here, and then I carried it down, and I thought we were coming back. This bar right there is the one that got me, and now we're heading down. So maybe I moved in a little too close to the market. Maybe I should have stayed at 117.12. That wouldn't have been hit. 117.12 wouldn't have been hit right now, and then I could have moved down at this point to 117.07. So that's where I am at this point in time. So I'm back to day 1 again. But here we go again, right? I know. Kind of wanted to get my trade in before that right there. They're expecting, what, 75 basis points right now. And I really don't want to trade in front of that right now because it'd be pretty dangerous. You got the federal funds rate coming out today at the 2 o'clock mark, usually between 2 to 2:15. You see it come out. So somewhere between 2 to 2:15. Wanted to get my trade in before the 2 o'clock mark today, which I did. Now I kind of want to stand aside and see what's going to happen here. You don't really want to get caught on federal funds rate day. I know I got caught. That's how I failed my my one at step 2 at the former company I was with, TST. So they had that's a whole. You know what? We beat that horse. Let's just leave that horse dead where it is. I am quite happy where I am now at Apex. Apex had an 80% off on the your failed. So once you get through the YouTube, once you get through the, I just need to go to my library here. Let me pull this off screen. Mini bike. Ah, Dr. Hannah Straight's got a new video. I gotta watch her. Let me find my history. Here it is.
The reason I put Legion on a license plate of Lamborghini is because
Let's mute you out. So if you're following
Disclosures, risk
This is
involves,
Daryl
is
talking.
involved in investing.
So let's get to about the minute in. Here it is. So this is interesting. So if you do fail right now, this was, I think, June 9th. Yeah, June 9th, he printed this out. You'll find it in your fine print, the email of your failure. You'll find the code for 80% off. So it did work, and I got the 80% off today. So all things being, at least it doesn't cost as much money to fail here. So it does work, and it did put me in where I needed to be. So quite satisfied where I am right now. It's such a fresh air. Air is so fresh here. It reminds me of the first days off at the prior company where you only had to pass one thing and then you went on, and there wasn't all these hoops and anyway, SimHell. That's the best way to describe the former company I worked with. Ended up being SimHell. I still get paid as affiliate occasionally. So, I mean, I think they are a good company. Don't get me wrong. I respect Michael. I think he's a good stand-up guy. Just like I said before, he's got some foxes in the henhouse right now, and that's it's a revolving sim model as opposed to getting traders funded, as you see here with Daryl Martin here at Apex. I believe that's Martin's last name, right? Daryl Martin. If I said that wrong, I apologize, but I'm almost positive, 99% sure his last name is Martin, Daryl Martin at Apex. So anyway, I guess we could go through his video real quick because he says his name, right?
Oh, this is Daryl Martin with Apex Trader.
There you go, Daryl Martin. This is Daryl Martin with Apex Funder Trading. So Apex Trader Funding. It's still hard to remember the names. I just call it Apex, right? He's still it's as my buddy likes to call me on shit. Said, I lost the money. I did it. I failed, and that's correct. Yesterday, the thorns in my side were hurting a little bit too much, so I had to bite my tongue to not respond negatively to anybody yesterday because I was in the upside down. My spreadsheet. I've got to sit down and work out the. I got to find a place to put this. Maybe I will end up putting it where I put this down here. So I need 3 lines. I need account high, where I am, and then a minus 2,500 behind that. And then that puts you where you are at any given time. But the problem that you run with is that if you make a new account high, that trailing, and that's what happened to me yesterday. I went from one account to another. I believed I had 2,300, and I was incorrect in my assumption on my trailing, the threshold trail. I believe I had 2,300, and it was only at 1,750 or 1,700 roughly. So that's where, it's the operator once again. I know it's me, but it's tough. Intraday, that is by far the toughest component that you got at Apex. And then the other thing is, I had an opportunity to quit at 1,000 down yesterday, and I chose not to. So, as another guy basically said in the same comments, you must have, because he figured that out. It's not rocket science. When you're losing, I'm up 38, go down. So I swung the other direction to minus 1,000. At one point, I had 3 plus 3 more. I added and had 6 contracts on, and then I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? I got 6 contracts on, and I got rid of 3 real quick. But that when I minus those 3 out, it put me at minus 700. So I had already went down $1,000 when I pushed that buy, because for some reason I thought my rebuy would come in at 2, and I was thinking that yeah, I should be at 2 contracts now, at 2 contracts, but my strategy had this sucker up here, order quantity at 3. Now you notice today I've got it listed at 2. I've corrected that. Is the number out now? $1.75. It is out. The federal funds rate did come out right at 2. So right, actually it's more than expected, huh? Forecast to 1.5 and then went 1.75. They went, let's read here. Let's see what we got. Fed rate hike. Three-quarters of a point, the biggest increase since 1994. So that's gonna leave a mark. That's why you don't want to be in it. Look at that. That's why you don't want to be trading it before into the. You want to stay away from it. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You get caught, you're going to get caught on that move, right? That's a dollar move in a minute or two, right? 1 minute, 1 minute dollar move. Oh yeah, that's just insane movement. Look at that sucker go now. Going back to 120. Tempting, tempting, tempting.
Order filled. Order canceled.
I wanted to only be at 1 in 1. I didn't want to be in 2 there, so I got rid of 1.
Order canceled.
Yeah, shit. Oh well, it works out just fine. I'm okay with that. Plus 61 ticks on day 1. I just say 61, right? 61 ticks day 1. I believe we're going to run back up here again, so I'm good with this. So I think that this is just, we're going to do this. At least go back up here and attempt that again. I think we got an opportunity probably to maybe even run the benchmark 120 here before close. Maybe not today, but into tomorrow and to whatnot. 120. So I don't know. Any day above 50 is a good day, in my humble opinion. We'll stop here. Plus 61 ticks. Day 1. Get myself back on the horse again, right? Kind of wanted to stay in that trade though. Once again, it's a matter of trying to get that SLM to print up, and it just doesn't seem to want to work sometimes. So we got 4. That's much better. 4 trades, plus 61 ticks on 4 trades. Much better. Much more in control of how I like to trade. We're at 55.94. So high. We actually got the high, right? 55.94. Auto liquidate peak bounce. Threshold says 48. Count balance is 55.94. That seems weird. That's number's never been the same before. Never had it hit the high. 55.94. Yeah, it says 55.94, 55.94, 55.94. Threshold is 48.094. So for the very first time, I'm still 2,500 behind. That's never happened before with the threshold. Usually you got a difference going. If I could have been more patient yesterday and waited for that trade to manifest itself, that would have been a better way of going at it. That was a good up move right there that we went to. We would let the market move up, fail, and you can see that this is a nice little area we got involved in. Crossover, things are coming down, looking good. Could have got a whole amount right there, 118.42. That would put the market at 117.46. Yeah, we would have got the whole damn thing, whole enchilada today. Should have taken more profit, right? All right, pause. I'm not going to give this back today. I'm going to hold on my 61 ticks and call it a day. Should have been, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Should have been 64 plus 96 roughly. That would have been what I should have got. Been 150 versus 75 on the other side, right? 150 versus 75. I was running with just didn't feel confident in the market. 27 on one, 53 on the second on stop losses, 64 and 96 mix out at 2-1. So it definitely hit both targets. The high of right here at 118.42, 1.5 P down is 117.46. Can't really move. Let's see if we can get that right there on the yellow line. A 3P down move is 116.5. I think we hit that too, right? Yes, we did. It went a 3P down move from the high. So it ran the 3P target. 3P today is 192.3. That's almost $2 down from the high up here of 118.43. I definitely wouldn't have held through that, but not the way the Ninja Trader works. It's very difficult to drop and drag contracts to. I'd have to actually set it up a 3-to-1 on this. I'd have to actually add that in at 192 instead of 96. 128 was 2P, by the way, and that ran pretty easy too as well. So 3P target's probably better for if I ever got the third contract series on. Would be a nice 3P target. Mm. Yeah. Yep. I took 61 ticks away, and I could have had 150 plus 21 more, 170. So I'm about $900 off of where I woulda, shoulda, coulda been. It's all right though. You know, day one we're positive. That market could have easily went back against us over here when we were getting out. It could have easily done this. Just didn't know which way it wanted to go at that point. I'm okay with getting money on day one and being able to have some playground here to work on the next day. All right, this is Dave here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm done. I'm not going to mess with this anymore. Bye for now.